The best player at every Premier League club this season. It's time to pick one. But will we agree? I want to see in the comments section. Thogden, how you feeling?
Hey, not too bad, Theo. We never agree on anything.
No, we don't. And the comments always roast us. The comments are going to be like, oh, you forgot this guy. You should have said him. That's all for discussion. Let's smash 15,000 likes.
Let us do it all day long,
But
Theo.
we're not going to do it unless you give some kind of enticement, like you're going to walk down Newcastle in a pink dress, you know?
Could you stop talking about me going through Newcastle in a pink dress? Nobody wants to see it.
Let's move on to Arsenal.
Let us do that. Swiftly moving on, Theo. Bukayo Saka, Theo. He's 20 years old. This lad is younger than you, and he has been immense, hasn't he, on the right of midfield. 11 goals, 7 assists.
Yeah.
It's got to be him.
I've gone for Martin Odegaard.
Ooh.
I think he's been excellent. 81 big chances created this season. He's been that playmaker in the attacking position, and it's helped Bukayo Saka improve his statistics, but also bring others like Smith Rowe into the game. He's had a great first year.
And I tell you what, Emile Smith Rowe's contributions were superb, actually. So it could have been any one of those three, but I think Saka just gets it for me. Aston Villa now, not a great season, but one man stood out for me. It is, of course, a Matty Cash, Theo. Solid at the back, good going forward, 4 goals, 3 assists. And what I love, he's going to be playing against his old club, Nottingham Forest, in the very near future.
Very good shout. I'm picking Jacob Ramsey because for a 21-year-old to be so mature, to become a Villa midfield regular, score 6 important goals, and just overall be the man that Villa fans can rely on, for me, player of the season.
He's going to be a special player moving forward. Can they hang on to him?
Yeah, of course they can. Villa are spending a lot of money this summer. They're improving. They want to be in for a shout of Europe next year. And if they do that, Jacob Ramsey will be more than happy playing in that midfield as a regular.
Brentford now, I've gone for the man who made the most tackles in the whole league this season with 109. He's a Danish international. He's only cost 3 million quid. Matt Benham doesn't overpay. You know I'm talking about Christian Norgard. Now, I tell you what, he was the Players' Player of the Year. He was the Fans' Player of the Year.
And Manager of the Year could go to Thomas Frank, but I completely agree with you on Christian Norgard. The fact that BBC didn't even put him in the suggestions for the poll on Player of the Season, Brentford fans, they were fuming. He has been such a good player in the midfield. 7 contributions, workhorse, we agree.
Theo, shame on the BBC, because sometimes the smaller clubs like Brentford get ignored, don't they, with votes like that?
Yeah, it's shocking because it's not Brentford fans voting if he's not even a suggestion. He deserves it. We will be there to give him that.
Brighton and Hove Albion. Now, I know we're going to agree on this. He's a Spanish international. He came from FC Barcelona originally.
Yeah.
It is, of course, Marc Cucurella, Theo. 4th most tackles in the league. But I love it when he's going forward down that wing.
Yeah, he's versatile. He played left centre-back sometimes, shifted into a wing-back, left-back. Whatever is needed, he can put in a job. And considering that's his first season, that's something very underrated and part of the reason he's been so successful under Graham Potter. Only 2 contributions, but I think next year he could really go mad.
This is a player, Theo. I think some of the bigger teams will be looking at him in the future.
Absolutely. It's that balance, being left-footed, of pace, putting in a tackle and getting forward, getting that important key pass in. I really like him.
Burnley now. I'm going for a man who's linked with Everton and West Ham. He got 9 goals and 1 assist. We know who it is, Maxwell Cornet. Now, he missed about a third of the season, the Ivorian. And you know what? If he'd been fit the whole time, maybe Burnley could have stayed up.
Yeah, he saw some screamers at the beginning. Scored loads of them right at the start in that momentum. But then he just kind of blew away. I think Burnley had a lot of problems off the pitch this year, but I've got to give it to Nick Pope for player of the season because that man has saved so much to a point that nearly kept them up. To have a 72% save per game ratio in that Burnley side, considering their defence compared it to other teams, I think he did a wonder job, and it's no surprise they're asking for the upside of 40 million to sell him on because he doesn't want to be playing the Championship. I've heard Forest are interested, but if you can get about 30 million for him, it's definitely the right price.
I tell you what, Theo, there's been some great performances by keepers this year. I'm going to talk about some of them later. Chelsea, and for me, it's got to be Mason Mount, Theo. 11 goals and 10 assists. This is a lad who's played in 53 games in all competitions this year, and he's so damn consistent.
Yeah, he's brilliant, and a lot of people, if you go to Chelsea games every week, you'll understand him. I've seen a lot of people give him a lot of crap online, but they don't watch Chelsea. That guy is so good and consistent this year.
How can you give him crap online, Theo? It's ridiculous.
If you check Twitter, Mason Mount is hated, and then you go to a game and there's not one Chelsea fan that hates him, and that sums it up. But I've not picked him. I've gone for Antonio Rudiger.
Yeah.
Because look, if you improve to a level where Real Madrid is signing you, you deserve player of the season. Obviously, Chelsea fans may disagree with me because they'd rather somebody wins that trophy who's going to be there next season. Bit of a shame that he left them. Made himself one of the best centre-backs in the world. He's an aerial threat too. He's got it all.
Crystal Palace, I've gone with a man who cost 21 million quid from Chelsea under 23s. A lot of people said, why are you paying so much? He's untried, untested. He's now in the England squad, isn't he? Mark Guehi, what a player. The defence for Crystal Palace has been transformed this year.
Yeah, it's different gravy. And for me, personally, I had to go for Conor Gallagher. He's by far the best player in that Palace team this season. He won Player of the Year, actually, officially. 8 goals, 3 assists. They'll do anything to keep him next year. How have you not agreed with me?
Well, I sometimes like to look to defence. It's so easy, isn't it? To go with the stats and pick an attacking midfielder or a striker. I think there's several shouts from this team. What a season, Crystal Palace. Everton now, I'm gone for a man who's been consistent all season, and at the end of the season, he was a lifesaver, Jordan Pickford, Theo. Because the margins in the Premier League, honestly, some of his saves saved Everton.
I've gone different, but it's another player who I actually think saved Everton. It's Richarlison. His 15 contributions may have kept the Toffees in the Premier League for another season. Players like Pickford and Richarlison coming in to save them, it means so much to the Blues. And I think both of them deserve all the credit.
Absolutely, Theo. It's Arsenal and Everton who've been in the top tier the longest. Now, you know what's going to happen in December. Richarlison is going to lift something called the World Cup. OK, Theo, a little quiz now. Which keeper in the Premier League made the most saves last season with 143? Meslier, absolutely, Theo. He, again, was the difference between survival and relegation. A superb keeper on his day.
Because he also conceded the most goals, Dad.
Honestly, Theo, you're a cynical man. Surely you've gone for him.
No, I have. I gone for Rafinha, Dad. His penalty was the reason they survived. Well, they would have stayed up anyway, but you didn't know about the Burnley score. He also scored 11 goals, 3 assists. Rafinha never missed a pen, scored in important moments. He was so clutch. Of course he deserves Player of the Year. Leeds fans, you should agree with me.
Theo, he is a brilliant player. I expect more of him in the future, but that back line, Meslier, there's time and time again he made really important saves.
No, fair enough.
Leicester City, and this man, box to box, was incredible. 12 goals, 8 assists. The most important player in a Leicester shirt this season, James Maddison. You must agree with that.
No, I don't. He's been incredible, but the breakthrough season for my boy Kin in Dewsbury Hall makes him player of the season. He held down that midfield. If you watch Leicester City for 90 minutes, you will know that guy is just different gravy. And he deserves the England call-up. Gareth, I hope you're listening, mate.
Wow, he was a sensational player this year. Jamie Vardy, a shout-out, 15 goals in 25 appearances.
Injured, for a part of the season.
Yes, correct.
But he did score so many when he came back. I mean, next year, Vardy, I know he's getting older, but he seems to be getting better. Who knows?
Honestly, his goal conversion rate is superb. Liverpool now, a lot of Liverpool fans are saying Alisson, he is a wonderful player. But for me, I'm going to be obvious, Theo. 23 goals, 13 assists, golden boot, played over 50 times in 4 competitions. Mohamed Salah. I just love saying that name. He was sensational. I know he tired a bit towards the end.
Absolutely. Some call him Live VAR Paul this season. What's your take on that?
Oh, come on. That is just cynical. Liverpool was superb this season.
I'm joking. I'm just having... I don't know why I said that, but it's a bit bad. No, for me, Liverpool this season, Sadio Mane.
Sadio Mane had a really good season. Jota had a good season.
Listen to
Diaz came in and had a good... You could name all the players.
Mane.
Mo Salah is different gravy this season.
He was top scorer, but take away the pens. They're about the same goals. Won Africa Cup of Nations, and he's just bagged a move to Bayern Munich. For me, Sadio is player of the season.
Manchester City, I'm going to be obvious again. He got 15 goals. He got 8 assists in 30 games. His creativity is sensational. Kevin De Bruyne, one of my favourite players in Europe, Theo.
Unbelievable this season. Every game he's needed in the Premier League, he turns up. I'm going to give to somebody who, most average Premier League football fans will not catch his eye, but how consistent he's been is the reason they've won the Premier League. And it's that Spanish holding midfielder under the name of Rodri. He scored a few screamers. Ben Foster knows about that. But not just that. That guy always putting an 8 out of 10.
Absolutely, Theo. And a lot of City fans will agree with you there.
Yeah.
He's underrated because of the position he plays. Often central midfield, DM. If you don't know football, you underrate those players.
Look, when we go to watch City, we've always said to each other, Rodri's having a good game.
Yes.
Yeah, Rodri's having... When do you not say that? You just don't.
Could have said Mahrez, Sterling,
Bernardo
Cancelo.
Silva.
There's a lot of players had very good seasons. 99 goals they scored in the league this season.
That's why they won the Premier League.
Manchester United, most of the players were absolute pants, but one player played every minute of the season, David De Gea. He had some wobbles in recent seasons, but he's back to his best now. An absolute shot stopper, and without him, United are mid-table, Theo.
For Manchester United this season, I have gone with nobody.
Cristiano, David De Gea.
Nobody in that team deserves player of the season. They've all been woeful. 6th place is a disgrace for Manchester United. In fact, they were so close to going 7th. West Ham nearly beat them to that spot as well. It's been an awful year for Rangnick, the team, the staff, the board, everyone involved. I feel bad for the fans. They should be doing everything they can to get everybody involved in that football club away from it. It's just a mess. It's toxic. A lot needs to change. And with Ten Hag, they need to get some results in.
Newcastle now, and this man has gone from scapegoat to goat in a season. He used to be a meme. This season, box to box, he was incredible because he's playing in the position he likes, Joe Linton.
Yeah, unbelievable. I completely agree with you. I haven't picked him because I want to give some credit to Bruno Guimaraes.
Yes.
But Joe Linton, I mean, both Brazilians have been excellent. Since they've brought in this new team, everything has clicked at Newcastle. You could credit half the side. I don't even know what they're going to do next year, but Guimaraes, right? He's been a game changer in 17 games. He can spot a ball, he can score a goal. He's got it all. He has upgraded that midfield. They are shopping in Versace now, Thogdad. That's your quote. He's basically what they get.
Norwich City, there's only one man we can choose because he scored about half of his team's goals.
Yeah.
He's a Finnish international, 32 years old, Timo Pukki.
Yeah, understandable, considering he gets 11 goals in that Norwich team. Have you ever watched them this season? They're not good at all. They can't win a game of football. At least Timo Pukki should be proud of his own personal record. 14 contributions. I agree with you, Dad.
Norwich, Theo, they score 1 goal for every 4 they concede. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, awful. They need to change a lot for next season if they want to get promoted.
Southampton, and as you probably know, this is the James Ward-Prowse fan club. This is a man who's only played 10 times for England, and that is shocking. Now, this season from central midfield, 10 goals, 5 assists.
Unreal.
Some of those goals were absolute screamers. He is creative. His set pieces are David Beckham-esque. That's the man for me.
James Ward-Prowse, nobody else in that Southampton team deserves it. 10 goals, 5 assists. If it wasn't for him, they would have probably been relegated. Their form at the end of the season was relegation side for the last 20 games. So they should really be thanking Ward-Prowse. They're lucky stars, and his free kicks are gone in.
Tottenham Hotspur now, 23 goals and 7 assists. A joint golden boot. And I tell you what, Theo, his shot accuracy record was 71%, which is amazing. Heung-min Son.
Absolutely, nobody else should be in contention. He's probably made himself one of the best wingers in the world.
Yes.
Maybe after Messi.
Theo, you know what? If there's a World 11, Heung-min Son gets in mind. We should do that video one day.
We should. I mean, he's a South Korean legend, and we must admit the golden boot to win that without scoring a penalty. So he deserves it, really.
Theo, he's absolutely clinical. We talked a lot about goal conversion, and the best for that are Vardy, Emil Smith-Rowe, and Heung-min Son.
Yeah, he's just different gravy. Fair play to him. And Harry Kane, I think he's had a good year. He's definitely helped Son reach this point because he's a creator as well, so credit to him.
Watford, and unbelievably, one man got 10 goals and 6 assists, most of them in 2021. It's the Nigerian international Emmanuel Dennis, who, by the way, is linked with West Ham United.
Doesn't surprise me because to get 16 contributions in that team, you're doing something correct. We agree on Dennis.
West Ham United, I've gone for another Englishman, Theo. I think I've got 7 Englishmen in this list. He is massively important for club and for country. He's consistent and he's got so much better in recent years. Declan Rice.
I will give you that, but I think there's a better option, and his name is, well, in fact, before saying his name, you can probably take a guess behind the camera. You've already got it, probably, but he got the England call-up. He scored 12 goals. He got 10 assists. Breakthrough season. It's Jared Bowen.
Yeah, that is fair enough, Theo. I would have gone for him otherwise. What an amazing season. A lot of people didn't see that coming.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. But West Ham, half their team have performed so good this year. Unfortunate not to get a Europa League spot next season or even win the Europa League, which they were in.
And finally, Wolverhampton Wanderers, and one man made 121 saves. I've kind of given it away, Jose Sarr. Without that man, Theo, Wolves are in a relegation dogfight because they only scored a goal a game.
Yeah, he's been incredible. How many saves inside the box? I think more than anyone else in Premier League goalkeepers this year. Special. I've picked Ruben Neves.
Yes.
Because he's just been so consistent in that midfield, held it down game for game. He's still a Portugal international. He's a level above. He's getting interest every single summer, and you need to be good to do that. So I'm giving him player of the season. That's our opinions. You're probably already getting down the comments and roasting us. But if we get 15,000 likes, we will do the worst player at each team's Premier League club. But they have to play. We're not going to beat around the bush. They have to be in the 11 regularly to pick them.
Oh, I hate doing those because we have to be negative about people. Usually we're all smiley and positive, aren't we?
The players probably going to watch it.
I know,
on the beach in Marbella saying, Thogden, just going to be the worst player in the team that season. Yeah. Oh, I'm not so happy now. But look, if that's what the people want, if that's what the TDL want,
oh my goodness,
hit the like button, subscribe if you're new around here. We're back, baby. See you in a bit.
See ya.